First down 10 at the 28. That's the end of the first quarter. Carrier number 6. He's tackled by Jason Davis for the Bulldogs. Gain of 3, third, second down, 7. And that's the end of the first quarter.
And welcome back after a long rain delay, and we end for first period. We got back on a little late with you here after a long weather delay, and then they came and gave us 5 minutes to get production up and ready, and we couldn't get it done. So Northeast took off on a 4th and 2. Mary Persons had a 4th and 2 when the weather was stopped, and they drove it all the way down to the 9-yard line and could not put it in on 4th down. And so Northeast has now driven the ball after taking over at about the 12-yard line, and they now have possession, and they're looking at a 2nd and 10 as we start finally the second quarter at the 31-yard line. We had, about an hour and 10-minute delay at least?
Well, it seemed like about 4 hours and 32 minutes. It wasn't that long. We got a nice lightning display. We got a nice downpour. We got everything. And then they came back and they started playing, and we got a nice little action set from Duke Watson, 2 or 3 great plays. He probably had 35 yards rushing, and then the drive stalled on a 4th and 4 pass. And Northeast trying to get something going now to start the second quarter. So really, truly, you didn't miss a whole lot.
You didn't, and so Orente Curry brings them out on the field as they face a 2nd and 10 for the first play of the second quarter, and we're blessed to have this game back underway. It is a scoreless game here as we start the second quarter. Northeast facing a 2nd down and 7 along their own 31-yard line. Curry will be in a shotgun, and we're going to get a procedure call, and that's going to back them up 5 yards.
Now, Orente Curry is making his first start as a varsity quarterback. He's replacing a very talented kid that now plays football at Mercer. And, they're going to need him to step up and lead this team. They've got a huge offensive line, though.
That they do. One of them going to West Virginia. Curry going to slide out to his right, going to throw it, and I think that's picked off on that play. And they call it a trap. Looked like number 31 may have been in there, Brandon Alford, for the Mary Persons Bulldogs, trying to scoop that up, and they'll face a 3rd down and 12 now. Ball will be on their own 26-yard line.
So what is it? 3rd and 8.
3rd down and 12. They go trips to the right. Single setback. Curry going to look, going to step up under pressure. He's going to take off and run. Get across the 35, get across the 40, fall into the 43, and he'll have a new set of downs as he'll go from the 26 all the way up to his own 44-yard line, an 18-yard pickup, and they'll keep the drive alive.
There you go, young man. Made a play right there.
Did a little Travion Solomon, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, they used to, in the programs, they'd always list their weights and their height. And, they'd lie a couple inches and a couple pounds. What would you list Orente Curry? 5'9", 150?
Yeah, he's at least that. He's probably a little thicker than 150. They'll do a direct snap, and let's see, that time it was Nick Woodford taking the direct snap, I believe, number 6, yes. And another false start, and that's 2 in this drive now in a 0-0 ball game that you've had a weather delay, so they need to come out and get a little sharper here and stop the mistakes after really making a big stop against Mary Persons down inside the red zone after they came back out of the weather delay.
I wonder if they call that the Wild Raider. What do you think?
Could. They're going to do it again. He's going to hit the corner, and the big man's got wheels, and he's going to roam up to about, let's see, they'll mark him at the 49-yard line. So he'll pick up 10 yards. It's still going to put him 5 yards short, and we have another flag. But this is going to go against Mary Persons. And let's see what the call is.
Chop block.
No.
Yeah.
On the defensive chop block.
Yeah, it's in the same part of the book as the 3-yard penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to read up if you're really.
I'm missing chop block.
By the defense.
That's a 15-yarder.
And the Raiders.
It's from the end of the play, too, obviously.
Yeah.
Wow. That moves it all the way down to the 36-yard line. Well, that's a new one on me. Like the 10-yard personal foul. And
the rule book.
3-yard encroachment, right, which we had earlier. And they'll keep it on the ground, and this time Mary Persons will get penetration and they'll knock him back, too, from the 36 all the way back to the 38, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 12. 10:34 to go here in the first half of play. Now, we are going to have a shorter halftime period.
Are we?
To get this game in, because there's talk of additional threatening weather within the next, say, hour and a half.
You didn't tell me that, Russell.
All right, so they'll go in this bunch set off to the strong side, move over now the H-back to a tight end. They'll go double tight ends here. And they'll throw it. They got a man wide open, and the big man's going to rumble down inside the 15, go all the way down to the 11-yard line.
Nice looking play right there.
And they went to big number 22 on the play that time.
Jackson Vostakis.
Jackson Vostakis.
That's a cool name.
Senior. He's a big boy, too.
And great call by Jeremy Wiggins.
And I'll tell you something else. They're going to go to the big man. He's going to be down at the 1. And, John, I'm under the impression now that with Northeast, they are now going with Wooford at quarterback and not Arente Curry. They're doing a lot more direct snaps to him.
Right, they are. Now, Curry threw the pass to Vostakis. Beautiful play. But you're right. They're lining up, snapping that ball to the big running back, and he is doing damage.
They look like they're in a kind of a inverted beer formation here, and they do a direct snap to the big man.
Easy.
And he's an easy in for the touchdown, and that's the first score of this game. And
so let's remember the name Nick Woodford right now. He's doing the job.
Yep, he certainly is.
And what a confidence builder that was for Northeast.
Now, is that number 8 or number 6 in there at this point?
That is number 8 in there right now.
Yeah, that's Javion Dooley.
And, you know, Northeast throughout the years is not known for kicking extra points. They just aren't.
Yeah, and they're going to get a delay of game here as they run their kicker on.
And they're going to try. You're going to see something. Now, children, you've never seen a ball kick like this. It's not a soccer-style kick.
Exactly. And they get a delay of game on the extra point.
That's what you want to do for your kicker.
Yeah, not good.
But he is a straight-on kicker. I saw him warm up.
And what are we doing here? Yeah, they can mark the ball off.
He's going to kick it. He's going to kick it. It is blocked. Yeah, not a surprise.
Yep.
Not a surprise.
And so Northeast gets on the board after the run. And so timeout on the field with the score. 9:48 to go in the second. 6-0 Northeast. We'll be back.
When you need custom gear for your business, call Apparel Authority, the name Middle Georgia Trust for screen printing, embroidery, and promo items. Save money, save time, and keep it local.
You want it, we've got it. From 12 to 12,000 pieces. We can put your logo in anything.
Athletic polos, jackets, and rain gear, coolers, uniforms, Richardson hats, and more. Call today and have your gear in as little as 10 working days.
Apparel Authority. We can put your logo on anything.
And welcome back after a 1-yard run by Nick Wooford. And they've been doing a lot of direct snaps to him since we came out of this rain delay. They go for the extra point after they got a delay of game, and Mary Persons blocks it. So at the 9:48 mark, we have a 6-0 lead for the Northeast Raiders.
You know, this is a big drive for Mary Persons. Early in the year, you got to be able to establish something here. And they've moved the football, but they haven't put points. Don't let Northeast get confident against you.
And they'll squib kick it on the ground. It'll be picked up by an upback along the 27-yard line, and that's about as far as he'll go.
Now, one thing we have found out already is Northeast will hit you.
Yes, sir. So now Mary Persons will go back on the offense. Logan Hickman will have a chance. They drove it all the way down to the goal line. John couldn't put it in. Todd Dumas will come out to this near side. Hickman going to flip it out here to him. Let's see, was that him or was that Nemo Jones? So it's complete to Nemo Jones. The ball will go from the 28 to the 36. So it's a pickup, make it the 37. So it's a 9-yard pickup. It's going to make it 2nd down and 1.
And tackled by Elijah Johnson.
Go wideouts to the far side. Cam Little will go that way. Take and leave it underneath. And that's Duke Watson. And Watson's got room to run. He's going to push a pile all the way to midfield. And a new set of down for the Raiders.
The young man is running hard. And he's going to bust one in a minute and go about 50.
Well, he's got to come off the field right now with his helmet off.
Well, maybe next play.
Coach Brian Nelson all the way down here at the end of the coach's box. Hickman in a shotgun. Send a man right to left. That's Campbell. False start on the offense. I didn't see an interior. May have been somebody on the outside that moved a little bit. That'll back them up 5, make it 1st and 15 from their own 45 as they try to break the midfield stripe. Campbell will come to this near side. Maury Lowe will go wide to the other side. Single setback will be Watson. Send Campbell in motion from left to right. Hickman going to look, going to fire down the field. Man, he's got a man there.
Yeah.
He hit him in stride. Cam Little, he's going to go 55 yards for a touchdown. Beautiful pitch and catch.
That was perfect. Great throw, great catch. Just beat the Northeast defender.
Had him on single coverage, and he just ran that little post. Golly, that was pretty throw and catch. Logan Hickman, 8:09 to go in the second. And just like that, the Bulldogs strike back and make it even and try to go for the lead here. Campbell will hold. Extra point will come. Snap, touch, kick is up. Kick is good. Timeout on the field. 8:09 in the second. Mary Person, 7, Northeast 6. We'll be back.
Wheezing, itching, runny nose, and coughing. All these symptoms can be caused by allergies, which are very common in Middle Georgia. Airborne allergens can make it difficult to enjoy life around here, like tailgating or attending a ball game. Even that seasonal cold might be due to allergies. Give us a chance to fix that. It's what we do. With multiple locations in and around Macon, we help children and adults with allergies and asthma. We've teamed with Mercer, and we'd be happy to team with you. Go Bears!
And back live at Popstar Stadium. And as they say, lightning strikes, and it's certainly done it here tonight multiple times, and it just did it again, so to speak. At the 8:09 mark, Logan Hickman to Cam Little for a 55-yard touchdown. The extra point is good. And Mary Persons takes the lead by a score of 7-6. And we'll kick it off. And the Raiders will field it along the 7-yard line. Bring it back across the 15, 20. Get them up to around the 21 or 22-yard line. Just all right, so just got informed in the press box that because of the weather delay, halftime is going to only last 8 minutes, and they'll go to start the clock immediately as this quarter ends. So trying to get this game in, and appreciate everybody being with us.
So let's see what Northeast can do. They had a great drive, then they got stung, gave up a touchdown. Let's see if they can bounce right back and move the football again.
So Northeast will get the ball back after Mary Persons was able to match him. And let's see if they go direct snap here, or they go to Curry or Wolford, who they get to carry the load. And this is going to be Arente Curry, and he's going to leave it underneath. And on the carry that time was Wolford. And he's going to pick up big yards. He's going to get 9 yards, maybe get a first down. They will mark him. He will get a first down. Out to the 33-yard line.
Brandon Alford with the tackle. Mr. Woodford is a tough running back.
Curry going to leave it with him. They'll go to him once again. Why not? Go across the 40, 41, 42-yard line. Make it to 41, so it'll be an 8-yard pickup. Second down and 2. 7:37 as we roll in this quick-moving game here. Much quicker than the first game, except for that long hour-and-a-half weather delay that we had. And, you know, I know that we've had this occurrence at our Kickoff Classic before, but, hey, it's what's going to happen in the South in the summertime in the middle of August.
It's rain.
Curry, Wolford behind him. Going to give it to him again. He'll go off left tackle. Going to run over one, going to run over two. It'll take 3 of them to bring him down. He'll go all the way up to the 48-yard line. That's a 7-yard pickup. Make it to 49. We'll give him an 8-yard pickup.
And what you're seeing right now, Russell, is the big uglies down
They're
there.
starting to lean a little bit.
Yes, they are.
And they are big across that front.
They are huge. I mean, every one of them. And doing a very good job opening up holes. You know, there's big, and then there's big and wow.
Curry will stay in there. They'll go H-back, send the man in motion. They'll give it this time to a new running back.
Number 20.
Number 20 in there this time for the Raiders. And that is going to be Ezekiel Hicks. And he is going to be playing the backup role as we talk to Jeremy Wiggins. He will be the man that gives Wolford a break. So now they go wides to either side, slot to the right, H-back to this weak side, and they'll go to Ezekiel again. He put the ball on the ground, but it bounced forward, and he fell on it, and he's going to lose about a half yard.
I'm betting Mr. Woodford probably back in the game on this play.
Yeah, and there he be. He got those Robert Newsom thighs, don't he?
Oh, yeah. People don't know what you're talking about, though, with Robert Newsom.
Well, that's true.
I thought I'd get a comment from my great line. There's big and then there's big and wide. I mean, that was a great line.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I was
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate that back there.
Arente Curry in a shotgun. Take, and they'll go to Mr. Walford, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
Hello, here I come. And they are clearing them out up front. And here's the funny thing is the linemen now for Northeast are getting up and starting to clap a little bit.
They are.
They're feeling the love, as they say.
Nothing Coach Wiggins would love more is they eat this clock up and score a touchdown with about a minute left in this half.
5-12 and it rolls. They got a new set of downs along the 38-yard line of the Dogs. Take, and there they go to Wolford again. This time they'll shut him down a little bit, get him along the 35. First one there was number 79 and number 7 for the Mary Persons Bulldogs.
Number 7, O.J. Evans.
And Javon Sands, a 10th grader. He's a good-sized boy, number 79 himself.
I bet Northeast has ran the same play, the same 2 to 3 plays about 15 times in the last
TJ Wright split to the wide side. They'll leave it inside this time. And they'll go with a little smaller back, but he'll still push the pile and get into the 30-yard line. And only carry that time for the Raiders was number 2, and that was Elijah Johnson.
So we've got 3rd and about 3, it looks like, down there. You know they've got 2 plays to get the 3. They're not kicking a field goal.
3rd down and 3, and they're going to leave it inside. And did they leave it that time again with T.J. Wright?
That's number 2 with the football.
Yep. So that time they went with Elijah Johnson, so he is spelled in as well, coming in behind Ezekiel Hicks.
4th down and 2.
They're going to go for it. They'll go 2 deep here. They'll go to a power I. Now they'll bring in a heavy set.
Oh, my goodness.
Carlton Jackson.
Oh,
he fumbled the ball.
Oh.
Then Northeast going to get back on it. Holy smokes.
You want a little excitement right there.
Yep.
Northeast recovers, and Brian Nelson is ready to have a word with a couple of those Mary Persons kids.
A huge break up the middle on the run. Gets him all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Wow, that's unfortunate for Mary Persons, but you know, the ball might be a little wet on the field, but you still have to be able, it wasn't one guy, it was 2 or 3 or 4 guys that had a chance at that football.
And you know, sometimes that might be the way, let's just face it, they look like they're on their skates a little bit during this whole drive.
Yeah.
A little fatigue, not quite as alert as you need to be to get on that ball.
Well, Northeast is running it down their throats right now.
Yep.
And, you know, what we're seeing is that Northeast is going to be a pretty good football team again this year. They lost all those seniors, but they are an immensely talented team because the front line of their offense is probably 275 apiece, and one is probably 320.
Yeah, they go Jacorian Riggins at center, Malachi Hancock at right tackle, Jordan Thomas at right guard. Left tackle is Johnny Williams the fourth. Xantavius Tolles is your left guard. And let me tell you something. When they decide to get rolling, the sled machine don't have a whole lot of help against them.
No, that's big wow. That's what that is.
2:53 to go here in the third. First down. Ball on the 8-yard line. Take and go again. Yeah, and Curry dropped the ball again. So that's 2 fumbles on this drive down inside the red zone, and Northeast is lucky enough to get it back.
Remember now, they got the ball back with 8 minutes left, and they are eating this clock away.
Rente Curry went to the sideline and got a towel for his hands.
And probably a word of
from Jeremy.
From a nice word from Coach Wiggins, like, hold on there, stupid football.
Yeah. They'll go that heavy set again. Nick Wolford will be the man to take it. He'll jump inside the 5, and the Mary Persons defense is really going to push him back here. And at the bottom of the pile there was number 7 for Mary Persons.
And that's O.J. Evans again. And, it's like Mary Persons may as well send everyone, because, they haven't stopped it. Is Northeast going to throw? They did throw to the tight end a little bit ago and had a lot of luck. So, we're 140 into the second quarter, 3rd down, and goal from about the 5.
They'll go with that heavy set again. Oh, they got a big man in it, fullback back there now. Now, I will say the rain has started again now, John. So, we're going to have a wet football. We're going to get a timeout here. And Coach Wiggins is highly upset with his quarterback about not getting that playoff, worried about a delay of game. So, timeout. We'll keep it right here.
It was a good football game. Very good football game. We've been blessed with 2 great football games today.
Yeah, I'm looking in the monitor here behind us because it's a lot easier to see what's going on through the monitor than it is from the crow's nest sitting up here with the rain on the windshield.
Oh, I drive like this all the time, so I'm quite used to it. Okay, who turned the light off?
Yeah. Hey, look, Bill got brighter.
What are we doing? Are we going for like a romantic?
Yeah,
good
time.
God.
You can turn them off. Keep them off. It might be a little easier to see.
You see where I stand. I say no. He says yes.
Yeah.
So now we're in the dark.
We should have gotten that guy to wash our window, too, to get the raindrops off of it.
How am I supposed to read my stuff now?
Well, you got glasses on. And
no.
It's easier to watch the monitor anyway.
I don't like.
Under center, Curry. Going to go fake it to Wolford. Going to roll out. Going to throw it back in the middle. And he's got a man there, and he's got his big tight end.
And that's another big.
That's number 22. That's Jackson Vastakis.
Jackson Vastakis is becoming a player. Okay, now we saw that extra point attempt the first time. So what do you think Northeast is going to do now? I think they're going to go for 2.
I think you're right. And I got to get back over here to my scoring summary.
So that started off, the drive started off with 8:30 left in the half.
Down to 125.
Down to 125. What a great drive.
That's the way you want to do it. And they'll go with that heavy set in the backfield. Under center, the quarterback will go, and he'll hand it straight off, and nobody from Mary Persons was pulled that time. And defense got smart on it and stopped them. All right, so 30-second timeout. We'll be right back. 12.
They're coming from Macon, Columbus, even Atlanta. They're coming from everywhere to Volume Chevrolet in Forsyth because Volume Chevrolet has the new Chevy you want in stock now. All with our legendary 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty and oil changes for life. Plus, find a volume selection of pre-owned vehicles, one for every body and every budget. That's why we're the area's highest-rated dealer and why folks come from everywhere to the all-new Volume Chevrolet in Forsyth. VolumeChevrolet.com.
And as you can see on the screen, to show you what it's raining like, you can certainly see it now.
Yeah, it's raining.
So to kick off, and they'll bring it back out to about, let's see where they'll mark him. They'll mark him at the 38-yard line. I don't see any flags on the play. 12-7 is your score.
1:20 left. So, Mary Persons, what are they going to do? Throw the football, right?
I think at this point you probably got to try at least one or two to get it down the field. They'll go trips to the left. Campbell will be in your slot. Near man to this side. Single setback. And that'll be Watson. And Hickman's going to drop straight back, and he's going to throw Watson to the flag, and he just got ate up by number 16 for the Northeast Raiders.
If it wasn't so dark in here, I could see that. That's Talon Sampson, outside linebacker.
And he laid the wood.
Yeah, they're letting that clock run now. Unless they get a big play down the field, I think they may be content. But, you know, good God, they're on the 37. They need to run offense here.
Yep.
And not let that clock.
Hickman going to roll this side, going to take, and going to step away from one, throw it underneath to Duke Watson, and he's got a little room to run. If he can get a block on the corner, he gets one. He'll cross midfield and fly into about the 48-yard line before he's knocked out by the Northeast Raiders, Elijah Johnson.
Now, you see who the Lightning is on this team. It's young number 26, Duke Watson.
Yep. And Nemo Jones, we know if they can get the ball in his hand, he can do something with it as well, too.
34 seconds.
Splits to each side with slots on either side. Take and drop back. Throws it in the flat. Got his man out here. And that's going to be number 2, Nemo Johnson, the aforementioned. And now they're going to watch. They got a big, tall wide receiver here in number 3, Cam Little.
Who scored the touchdown a few minutes ago.
Yeah. So 30 seconds to go. Go to the shotgun snap. Hickman going to look. He's going to air one right down the middle on a skinny post. And he's got a man. He's got Todd Dumas. And just like that, the Dogs answer. And it's 13-12.
So, one thing. We figured out another thing. We figured out that Mary Persons have receivers that can beat one-on-one coverage from Northeast. That is twice.
Right.
And, you know.
And he threw that from where, John?
Right at the 50.
Right. So they were at the 48-yard line.
Yeah.
So he's got a completion of 52 to Cam Little and 55 to Cam Little and 52 to Nemo Jones. Ty Dumas, rather.
And, you know, he's laying the ball out there and letting his receivers go get it. And let's face it, Russell, they are just open.
Yeah, they're beating the one-on-one coverage. That's twice right down the middle. They've beaten the split. And it's single coverage over the top, and they're picking it up, and they're lighting them up.
With 2 different receivers now, too.
Yep. So very good. The boys in the booth next door are seeing something in that single coverage in the secondary with no over-the-top help, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they're putting their raincoats on. So
the extra point is good, and that makes it 14-12.
So you may have seen the end of one-on-one coverage on the outside.
Yeah, and the rain seems to have lightened up a little bit. So Northeast will put Elijah Johnson back deep, flanked on either side. And they'll kick it away. And that ball will bounce to the 10, go to, look, the ball. He's letting the ball die. Bad mistake. He thought the ball, he stopped at the 5, and the ball went over his head and died at the 1-yard line.
The field's wet, young man.
I just made that assumption about the ball was going to bounce in the end zone, and it 9-ironed on him and choked up there on the, just like putting a wedge on it.
So now they've got the ball on the 1. There's only 22 seconds left, but the field's wet. The ball's wet.
Got to be careful here.
Got to be careful.
Something silly happens, and all of a sudden, instead of being down by 2, you're down by 8 or 9
or 10.
Correction, 1st and 10 from the 1.
And they only had 10 people on the field. They run somebody out late.
Going to take, and I guess the quarterback's going to keep it.
And will Brian Nelson call a timeout? You got to call a timeout, yeah. Got to make them snap it.
Yep, going to call a timeout here. And that's our final timeout, so they can't stop it. But you got to, it's a wet ball. You make them snap it. We're going to keep it right here. So, impressive football game right now, kind of a tale of two cities. Physically up front, Northeast are dominating, taking long drives. You got to wonder if that's going to wear on Mary Person's front 7 late in the second half. But we've had the rain, and it's cooled down. And the kids have had a rest, but they come out and they have pushed around the front line of Mary Persons. Mary Persons, though, is finding a way with the deep ball to take advantage of.
So what's going to happen in the second half? Okay, Northeast going to try to run the football right at them. We saw them do that.
Speed the game up and just lean on them.
But Mary Persons can throw the ball long, so Northeast is going to have to play more aggressive.
Correct. At this point,
cover more,
right?
Which is going to open it up for that number 26 Duke Watson to run the football.
Yep.
So
and the other thing about it is that Northeast wants to drive it. Is they'll take a second snap here inside the 1 and he got pushed back, but he'll make it outside the 3, and that's going to move the clock down to 7, 6,
and that'll be
5.
the last play.
That will be the last play. So we'll go to a very shortened half, and it will be Mary Persons 14 and Northeast 12. We will not get bands playing tonight because of the weather. They'll stay in the stands. We'll take some timeouts and come back with you. Remember, you only has 8-minute halftime, so this will be shortened. 14-12 is your halftime score. We'll be back. You're listening to the Middle Georgia Macon Touchdown Club Middle Georgia Kickoff Classic on DSBN Sports. We'll be back.
When you need custom gear for your business, call Apparel Authority, the name Middle Georgia trusts for screen printing, embroidery, and promo items. Save money, save time, and keep it local.
You want it, we've got it. From 12 to 12,000 pieces. We can put your logo in anything.
Athletic polos, jackets, and rain gear, coolers, uniforms, Richardson hats, and more. Call today and have your gear in as little as 10 working days.
Apparel Authority. We can put your logo on anything.
Well, welcome back in a very short halftime of about 7-8 minutes there. After the weather delay, we have had some lightning in the area, but it's not ground strike. So as long as it's just that heat lightning, I think we're good to go. And we get ready to kick off this second half. And back deep for the Northeast Raiders will be number 2, Elijah Johnson, and number 6, Nick Wolford. And
All right, there.
Coach Nelson, are we going to get an onside kick here?
Well, they put 2 minutes and 40 seconds back on
Well,
the clock, so now we're going to go over there. We're going over here. We're going over there.
so 2 minutes back on the clock, and we're not for sure why. But at this point, nothing surprises us as the evening has rolled along.
I know it's past my bedtime.
It's only 10:45. We're just getting started.
Yeah. Like I said, I need some cookies.
Now, are we going? I hadn't got any clarification about whether we're going to a shortened.
I don't think so. It wouldn't be a normal game if they shortened it. I think they'll go full distance until it starts lightning again. I'm kind of worried about how I'm going to get to my car. Okay, I've got big stuff going on here. Nobody cares. I know. They turned the light off in here. I don't have an umbrella.
Well, you're not allowed an umbrella inside the stadium anyway.
I don't need it inside. I need it walking to the car. I'm parked like down on Montpelier.
Well,
Don't worry about me, Russ. I'll be fine.
in reality, I'm not.
I know that. We see each other once a year for this special occasion, and every year you bring rain.
Not every year.
Thank you for letting me sit up here, though, instead of having me on the
I was
field right
fixing to
now.
say it could be worse.
I love being on the field. It's the most fun I ever had working with you. I mean, from coaches refusing to talk to me. I mean, I won't mention who that was, but it's only happened once.
Well, hey, I just noticed that we have
It's a beautiful picture right there.
yeah, we've got a closed captioning for the hearing impaired.
I did not know that. I want to see what my stuff looks like.
It's a little behind.
Oh, it was talking about me wanting cookies. That was 20 minutes ago.
All right, we're live. We're getting ready to kick it off. We're going 12 minutes, so we kick it away. Little Pete's kick going to come up short. It's going to be taken by number 3 for the Raiders, and he's going to fall on it there. And that was T.J. Wright. So just to recap our scoring real quickly here, Northeast got on the board first with a 9:48 mark of the second period with a 1-yard run by Nick Wolford. And then Logan Hickman hit a 55-yard pass to Cam Little at 8:09 the second, and that made it 14-0, 12-0. And then Mary Persons got on the board. That was a 55-yard pass. That made it 7-all. We'll get it right here in a minute. Northeast then had a 55-yard touchdown pass. Jason Vastakis, and 2-point conversion was no good. That made it 12-7 with 1:25 to go. And then with 22 seconds, Logan Hickman hit another 52-yarder to Ty Dumas to make it 14-12.
Great play, Christian Brantley right there. Threw that running game for a loss of about 6 yards. They came straight after him. But that doesn't deter what Northeast is going to do.
Not in the least bit, as Nick Wolford continues his ways and trying to inch himself into consideration for the player of the game.
Oh, he's in consideration.
Already.
Yes, definitely. 3rd down and 6. Just a monster play right here.
Arente Curry. Split backs. Going to throw it in the flat, and he threw it low, and he got to make that throw.
And now you got to punt the football. You can't go for it, even though you want to.
Tried to go to Kayvon Conciaro. And let's see if they'll put anybody back deep. Champ Brantley, number 14, Ryan Jenkins right now is playing center field. And I think Mary Persons is just simply going to go after the punt all night.
Well, I don't think they're not worried about Northeast punting game going too far. And he did a good job of getting it off. And
ball goes to the 39, the Dowling on the 37-yard line. Number 2, Elijah Johnson there for the Raiders.
Okay. So, let's see what Northeast does with the defense. Logan Hickman has hit 2 long balls. But Duke Watson has also ran the football very well.
Take and going to run it on the end around. This is Campbell, and he's going to get thrown down back at the 35. So that'll be a 3-yard loss.
Great play. Number 4 got in there. And if it wasn't so dark, I could see who number 4 was. I don't see number 4 on my Northeast roster.
That would be Jaquez Robinson.
Yeah, there he is, Jaquez. Good job, Jaquez. Make it a 2nd down and 12.
So Hickman will have 2 in the backfield. Take and go to the second man through, that man Duke Watson. And he's got a little room to run, and he'll go from the 38, and he'll get to the 42. Pick up a 4 on the play, but he's got to get back up to the 48 to pick up a new set of downs. Clock runs at 9:42, 14-12. The Dogs on top here for Mary Persons.
And that was Talon Sampson with the tackle. And now a huge 3rd and 7 for Mary Persons.
Number 16, Logan Hickman.
Oh, Lord. This doesn't look good.
And here we go. Daniel Tate from Mercer University is on the field, and we have lightning striking again.
Fans aren't real happy about this lightning.
So they'll clear the field again. And we go to 10:55 in the evening here in Macon, Georgia, and another lightning delay. And they clear the fields once again. Well, let's see. We got Brian Nelson meeting with the officials. And I don't see Daniel Tate from Mercer here again. Coach Nelson is out there meeting at about the 43-yard line with them. Well, at any rate, once again, a weather delay. Well, John, all of a sudden, Mary Persons' offense seems to have come to life a little bit here. And Northeast has been unable to sustain a drive after that opening drive of the second period.
Yeah, and this was going to be a big play. We were coming up on a 3rd down and 7. And, Mary Persons has been able to throw the football a little bit. They've been able to run the football a little bit. Would have been a real interesting play call. And with Northeast not desperate yet, but they definitely could use a stop. And Brian Nelson has conferred with the referees, and now the referees are walking and I think they're looking for Northeast head coach, maybe seeing where that lightning is. But it's difficult, Russell, because you get all the stuff out, and then you have to take all the stuff back to the locker rooms. And we're looking at the
radar. This is off to our west, and there's maybe a good chance that this will bypass us. It's a big cell, though. We were talking earlier with some officials from the Touchdown Club who had talked to one of the coaching staffs down on the field from Mary Persons, and supposedly there was a tornado that touched down over on the northern eastern side of Riverside Drive, across from near the New Mile towards Jones County is what we understood. We don't have any confirmation on that, but that's what we were told.
That's where I live.
Well, did your lovely bride call you?
Well, if she was going through a tornado, she probably wouldn't call me. I mean, come on.
She's a tough bird. She lives with you. She can ride out of a tornado. Hell, that ain't nothing.
I'm going to see how the weather over there.
Yeah. Now, that was earlier. That was from the big cell that moved through here the first time, not what we've got now. But we look out at the American flag pole, which is right beside us here now. We're getting a little movement on that flag. A little bit on the top of the stadium across the way, but they have cleared this field. And we just don't know. So we're going to invite you to hang in there with us as we give you a live shot of beautiful Mercer University. I want to thank Clay Teague tonight for all his wonderful work he's done on the camera upstairs. Just a yeoman's job. Fantastic job, as always, by Brandon Thompson, our executive producer here. And, it's been a year since we've been with you, but it's been a good job tonight. Thank you, Clay, on the wonderful camera work upstairs. And he's doing a great job manning 2 cameras by himself here tonight.
Yeah, and he's still up there. He stays up there during the storm, I think.
Yeah, until they had to close down. They battened down the hatches on him earlier and made him come down. So, but we'll see. Beautiful sight here at Mercer.
So shouldn't we answer some of our mail? Don't they do that on?
Yeah, well, I don't guess they got any mail. I mean, yeah, we're trying to get the correct pronunciation, and Mom says we better get it straight.
Well,
and we're assuming this is for Mary Persons. Jackson Vastakis.
That's for Northeast, isn't it?
No, that is for Mary Persons. And Jackson Vastakis.
Is that how she's saying to say it?
Well, we don't know. She's typing it. We don't have audio with her.
I would think it's Vastakis.
Okay.
Myself, and please believe me, we don't want to hurt anybody's name. My last name is Kosater, so my name has been abused my entire life.
Right.
So, if it's Vastakis, just put Vastaykis. If it's Vastakis, put Vistakis.
We'll get it correct.
Yeah.
Because we want to get the young man's name correct. But unfortunately, you don't have time to go over this with the coaches before the game to get correct pronunciations, and we mean no harm by it, Mom. So we'll get it figured out for you. We want to appreciate everybody that's viewing on DSBN Sports, on our Facebook Live, YouTube Live right now, our channel. If you got YouTube up, of course, you can watch it on the big screen, and we appreciate everyone that does. And we've got a response from Mom, so give it to us.
It's for Northeast, number 22.
Oh, Northeast, number 22.
I told you.
Let's see.
Northeast, number 22.
and that is going to be Kadrika Stanley.
Okay, well, that's what.
Yeah,
Kadrika Stanley.
yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks. Well, I'm not sure we mispronounced that wrong.
We appreciate that, though, if we did.
I'll
So what
ta-
else you
I'll-
want to talk about?
I'll talk to Coach Wiggins tomorrow as we get his nominations for Player of the Week.
So what else you want to talk about now?
Well, we can talk about a lot of things. I mean, I really don't want to go into politics right now.
No, and
But-
we're getting quite a lightning show, but
Yeah.
I mean, so this may be the last time we ever get to talk on the air, so we may as well take advantage
Yeah, that was
of
a
it.
little close.
So let's talk about this football game. This has been a good football game.
It has.
And we've seen some very skilled players, and got to be excited about Mary Persons with number 26, who we messed up. Duke Watson, he's had a great game. Logan Hickman has had a great game.
Absolutely.
The defense has been pretty good. I mean, I think a lot of people
both sides.
Right, both sides. I think
Two big plays against Northeast defense.
Yeah.
The Mary Persons defense has withheld so far the storm of that big front of the Northeast Raiders.
And Northeast is going to grow. Their quarterback's going to get better throughout the year, and obviously they're going to be able to run the football. Defensively, I think I've called Carlton Jackson Jr. several times, Talon Sampson, among others, Elijah Johnson. Names like that, I feel like we've called out more than others. So, it's 14-12. Both of these teams, very good football teams. It's just unfortunate that the weather, because at the end of the first game, this place was rocking. I went outside for 15 minutes, and the place was lively. It was rocking.
It was going to be a great atmosphere for that second ball game.
It definitely was. And the weather has taken it out, but the kids have continued to play hard. Hopefully we can get them back out there in 20 to 30 minutes. It is way past my bedtime. We're out of food here. I mean, send pizza, whatever.
Should go rob the locker room.
It's getting pretty desperate around here right now. I still have a lemonade, so I'm okay. But I'm pretty much through talking right now. Russ, you got anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, that's it. Getting ready for college football season. The Dogs defending national championships. All kind of questions. We got some big opening games to come up. These Mercer Bears will travel over like they've done on and off. They'll play Alabama and Auburn. They play Auburn in the opener this year. That'll be the first game over the Plains. Auburn's got 5 games in a row at home. Number 3, number 4, and number 5 happen to be the game against Penn State. They went to Happy Valley last year. Penn State comes here this year. Cannot wait for them to come down here in August for a 3 o'clock kickoff for the Nittany Lions. That ought to be fun. And then the next week they got LSU. Georgia defending national championship. They got the leading Heisman candidate, Stetson Bennett, coming back at quarterback this year, and they try to get back into the playoffs, or as we call it around here, the Alabama Invitational. They'll try to get back to that. In the SEC East, my God, when's somebody going to be competitive? Is it going to be South Carolina this year with Shane Beamer with the new quarterback over there out of Oklahoma? Is it going to be Kentucky or Tennessee? I saw Chris Doering picked them to go 11-1 the other day.
Yeah.
Kentucky. You're not sold on Will Levis?
No. I mean, he's a good quarterback. He'll be an average NFL quarterback. Not sold on the whole thing. Not sold on South Carolina.
How about Tennessee?
Tennessee, sneaky good.
Sneaky.
Good.
I've made this statement early on in the summer that I felt like that with Spencer Rattler at South Carolina, I think there's a chance for him to be a dynamic player. Let's face it, at Oklahoma last year, he came into the season as a leading Heisman Trophy candidate.
And he lost his job.
I got that, but I'm not for sure there wasn't something involved with him and Lincoln Riley and some other stuff. And, Riley's off to the left coast now. And, NIL money's pouring in out there. It'll be interesting to see. And then, hey, the great JT Daniels at West Virginia. I mean, could he make them have a run at something? I mean,
that'll be
the excitement I heard from Georgia fans for 2 years about JT Daniels. That this guy was a Heisman guy, and so maybe he can go over there to West Virginia and do it. I mean, I'm not for sure.
He'll probably have a good year. Now, I don't even. If you want to call into our talk show, you can.
That's right.
478-394-1155. Just text me, and we'll be glad to answer your questions. We're talking all sports now, and in a few minutes we'll have the hockey segment, and
no, we won't do that.
It'll be all good.
Hadn't taught hockey since the Flames left Atlanta.
But
heartbroken.
Who is Auburn's quarterback?
We don't know. JT Finley. Calzada, the transfer from Texas A&M, that beat Alabama.
I remember he had a great game.
Had a great game, but then he had shoulder surgery in the offseason. He's trying to come back from that. Brian Harsin, there's a lot I liked about the guy. I mean, here's the deal. He's 81 or 84 and 31 as a head football coach. You can't tell me the guy don't know how to coach football. So he got rid of some of the old coaches that he brought in and made a mistake, like Bobo and some of those other guys that are gone now, and he brought in his guys. I mean, I think we tried an experiment. It didn't work, and so, you got Cadillac over there, coaching the runner. Tank Bigsby will be a factor in the SEC and maybe a Heisman Trophy candidate this year.
And he will run for 42 yards against the University of Georgia.
Well,
that's okay. That's okay because our defense,
great NIL defense of last year is gone.
Well, so they're gone, but they're still the same.
Just
people,
reloading, right?
Just with different names. That's what people like Georgia.
Jordan Davis.
We can talk that now. Georgia is they're special now. But I hope Auburn wins a few games.
Well, what about Jimbo Fisher and Nick Saban in the feud?
That's good stuff. I mean, it's what makes college football great.
How bad is Saban going to beat Jimbo Fisher in Tuscaloosa?
If he gets the chance, he'll hang 70 on him.
They play in Tuscaloosa this year, so it's going to be ugly. And then you got Brian Kelly at LSU coming in. You got Billy Napier at Florida.
Yeah.
You got AR-15 coming back, but now, of course, he had to change his nickname. And by the way, here on the broadcast tonight, John wants you to know that his pronouns are he and him. So just so y'all know. But anyway, I digress.
So we getting any questions coming in? Come on. Do we have anybody watching right now?
It's
going to be a long night. Yes, it is.
Is this high school or is this semi-pro?
Yeah.
So how many people are watching right now?
Who is winning?
We got a pretty good bit. Some of them have dropped off during the weather delay. It's time for a snack, and maybe that's what we need to do. All right, we're in a severe weather delay, so we're going to take a time out here, and we're going to let some of the Macon Touchdown Club sponsors let you see their advertisement, and we'll come back and we'll take a break, and you'll have a lovely view of the Mercer campus as we wait for this severe weather delay to go away. Don't forget, you can finish watching the game as soon as we get back on DSPN Facebook. You can go to dspnsports.com, our main website, or you can go to our YouTube page at DSPN Sports. And we're glad to have each and every one of you. A great first game between Jones County and Northside. Jones County coming up out on top on that one. Both of those teams came in ranked in 5A and 6A. So it was a real good game, and we thought it would be, and that's what we ended up with. Our DSBN Sports Player of the Game was Zion Reagans from the Jones County Greyhounds. He had a great game for them tonight. We'll take a timeout, take a couple of commercial breaks, and we'll be back as soon as we get a little closer into this weather delay. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Hang with us. We'll be back as soon as Mother Nature will let us. We'll see you.
When you need custom gear for your business, call Apparel Authority, the name Middle Georgia Trust for screen printing, embroidery, and promo items. Save money, save time, and keep it local.
You want it, we've got it. From 12 to 12,000 pieces. We can put your logo in anything.
Athletic polos, jackets, and rain gear, coolers, uniforms, Richardson hats, and more. Call today and have your gear in as little as 10 working days.
Apparel Authority. We can put your logo on anything.
Wheezing, itching, runny nose, and coughing. All these symptoms can be caused by allergies, which are very common in Middle Georgia. Airborne allergens can make it difficult to enjoy life around here, like tailgating or attending a ball game. Even that seasonal cold might be due to allergies. Give us a chance to fix that. It's what we do. With multiple locations in and around Macon, we help children and adults with allergies and asthma. We've teamed with Mercer, and we'd be happy to team with you. Go Bears!
They're coming from Macon, Columbus, even Atlanta. They're coming from everywhere to Volume Chevrolet in Forsyth because Volume Chevrolet has the new Chevy you want in stock now. All with our legendary 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty and oil changes for life. Plus, find a volume selection of pre-owned vehicles, one for every body and every budget. That's why we're the area's highest-rated dealer and why folks come from everywhere to the all-new Volume Chevrolet in Forsyth. VolumeChevrolet.com.
vehicle.